Gaye DeRusso with the Majestic Rider. So today talking about when you get a new horse. So what a lot of people don't realize is this is very traumatizing for a horse. He doesn't know why he's been sold, what he did, or what happened. All he knows is he got in a trailer, and when he got off, where he was totally different from where he left. So a lot of times when you get a new horse, they might act up or act weird, and you don't know why. But try to think like the horse is. Try to imagine you got in a car, somebody put a blindfold on you, and then when you got out, it was totally different. There's random people there, you don't know who anybody is, and then they shove you in a stall. The next day they come out and they expect you to do your job, but you don't know what your job is. So when you do it wrong, you get in lots of trouble. They start yanking on you, kicking on you. You don't know what this thing in your mouth is, this metal thing, because maybe you've been sitting in pasture for a while, just hanging out. And so the horse has no idea what to do. So it takes time for them to settle. So some people think, well, I'll let them settle, so I'll stick them in that paddock. I'll see you in a couple weeks, dude. That's not how you let them settle. You have to be their friend because they have no friends now. And if you put them in with a bunch of random horses, they're gonna make friends, but then they're gonna choose those horses over you because that's who took care of them first. So you wanna become their friend. You wanna become their teacher because how you want to do things might be different from what that horse learned before. So you have to show them your way of doing things. And then you also need to be a psychologist because he might be, they got dirt bikes and stuff up there, but he might be very depressed. So say you take him and he was with 30 horses and you take him to your house and nobody's there. And so you spend some time with him, but maybe it's an hour or two at the most. And then the 22 hours around that, he's all by himself. So think of it if that happened to you. You had a nice big family, they took you away, they stuck you in a room by yourself, and for 2 hours you had an interaction with people. And then for the rest 22 hours, you were just there by yourself, okay, with nothing to do. It's not like they gave you games and books and things to occupy your mind. You just are sitting there. So you would get depressed too. So a lot of these horses, when they move, can get depressed. They can get ulcers from the stress. They will bond quickly to a new horse that's with them and become buddy sour because, again, they're scared, and that's the first thing that they bonded with was that new horse, and they want that horse to take care of them and make them feel better. So you don't want him to get buddy sour, so you need to be the first one to bond with him. He can be by the other horses, but I always tell people, put him in a paddock by himself, but make sure he can see, hear, and smell other horses. And you bond with him for the first couple of weeks, and then once he can come to you and he knows who you are, then sure, you can put him with the other horses. But every day for that first month or two, try to take him out, separate him from those other horses, take him grazing, and give him things to do to occupy his mind. And then slowly show him how you want him to do things for you. Because again, unless you took lessons from the person who had him before, again, he might have learned things totally different, so it takes some time. So same thing if you buy a horse and you take it out to ride alone and it won't go alone. I take all my horses alone in groups, but most people do not. So you need to know that. And so when you get that horse, if you're going to ride it alone, you need to have asked the seller, did he ride alone? What did you do with him? Was he in groups? Was he brave? Is he scared? Is he nervous? Does he need reassurance? So you know what you're getting into. If you're going to ride all alone and have that horse in pasture all by himself, and he's used to being, or she is, used to being at pasture with a herd, you're going to have a major problem because that's a major change for that horse. You know, it'd be better to borrow somebody's horse for a while, have that horse at your barn, let it see that it's okay, and then over time, if that horse is brave and more aloof, then yes, maybe it could be without that other horse. But if it's not, if it seems very needed with that other horse, then you need to get it a friend. Miniature horse, a goat, a guard dog, something to be out there, and then try to spend as much time as you can with that horse. Walk him around, let him see things, and spend hours with him a day so he's not alone. All right, So that's just what I've seen, as I'm training people's horses, and they're having issues. Some of that is their issue, or when you guys send me emails, I always ask, where is the horse pastured? Does he have friends? Is he alone? How much time are you spending with him? Are you working him, riding him? Because all those things really come into play. And they need friends, they need a job, and they also need reassurance and love. But they need it more in that order. Is their most important thing is they're a herd animal, so they need another animal or creature with them to become their herd, so they feel safe. Again, you might have had a horse that was alone and did really well. I always say that's great, but most of them do not. Most of them want to have a friend. Even if they hate the friend, they know at least they'll be there for them and they're not going to get eaten during the night. So give them that companionship, then give them a job so they work their energy out, and it'll help to calm their mind because they had something to do. And then, of course, give them love and show them around and show them what their new job is.